Hello everyone and welcome to a review. In our overview of update 7.3, first of all, there have been quite a few new tanks, namely the Wagon, the ML1 and 2 at tier 8, the tier 7 Leo, and this tier 6 STRV. First of all, the armor on the tanks is pretty beastly. The damage per minute is actually pretty low, and I'm gonna say this right now. First of all, the HP is 2,500, view range 250, all stock numbers. The damage is 400. It's got a 400 off a gun standard, 340 and 515. Now, the tank, I don't know. I can't think of how this tank is gonna actually perform on the battlefield. I can't say extremely well gun-wise because to reload it's almost 30 seconds. That's longer than anything else in the game, although you'll probably just find yourself reloading 2 shells and in some cases 3, but it taking half a minute to reload an entire clip is really annoying. The tier 9 ML is the same, more or less, 9.7, 9.7 and 11. The tier 8 is not an auto reloader, so you don't have to worry about that. It's got a 21 second reload though. So all good, just normal auto load or stuff. The tier 7's normal. I mean, I would say if you were prepared for this, you would have probably skipped it. I'm not gonna lie, and just skipped up to the tier 8. That event that just passed did have a whole bunch of 25% off the research of tanks. So if you have all of those, you'll probably be able to breeze through it pretty easily, like I did. I'm all up to tier 9, and I haven't even played a game yet. In the lower tier tanks, the DPM is low. I mean low. 2,206 on the tier 10. Penetration is 252, which is really nice. This is the tier 9 ammo. The DPM's pretty low, but standard for tier 9. To reload your whole clip, like I said again, it's almost 30 seconds. 29 point something. Your gun handling is really nice. Unlike the AMX and the T57, you actually do have adequate gun elevation. The isolating turrets have been notoriously known for just not having good elevation, but decent depression. You actually have 10 degrees of elevation and 9 of depression, so you're pretty effective, not gonna lie. Your mobility is pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie, but check this. Your reverse speed is really high, and it's actually abnormally high. Most tanks are around 15, but you actually have 20. As a heavy tank, reversing is pretty effective. Now, as you can see, the armor on these tanks is gonna be really hard to crack, but once you do figure it out, they'll fall pretty easily. The tier 8 really does seem to be the highlight of the tank line. 1,750 HP, and your time before the shell's ready is decently, it's normal. 320 alpha now. Now down here it's just the changes for what happened in the update. As you can see, the M7 got more engine power, more traverse speed, more hull terrain. It's actually nothing too much has changed. The AMX 38 got more engine power, the R35, the T62A, and the Object 140 really didn't get too much of a change. They really just buffed something that was already impenetrable anyways. As you can see, it goes from a light purple to a darker purple. Same with the Object 140, so nothing you need to really worry about. You really couldn't have penetrated that in the first place. The E100, same thing. It goes from a lighter purple to a darker purple. So nothing really new has changed. The same thing with the Chieftain actually. some little darker shades of red just around the bottom of the turret area. To be honest, nothing's really changed. Super Conqueror, it's the same thing. It actually goes from darker to lighter, so I don't know if that implies a nerf. The Lowy has obviously got a little bit of a buff, but that area was impenetrable anyways, so nothing's actually changed. Now let's just go through all the parameters of the tier 6. First off, it's got 950 HP, pretty nice for, I don't know if it's classified as a heavy at all, but it's very tiny. View range 278, which is actually amazing, so it must be a medium. DPM is a nice 2000, shell velocity is 925, so that's actually really nice. It's got a normal 160 alpha gun. Mobility is again on the low side, 50 forwards. It's actually not that low. It's got 50 forward and 20 backwards, so that might be another highlight of the tank line right there. At the tier 6. Now the tier 7 really looks interesting. If you would go to see all parameters, 1200 HP, 278 view range, again 1275 DPM, penetrations really nice actually, at 155 for the standard shell, 194 and 53. The penetration over distance is pretty decent. The shell velocity is not too bad. Gun handling is great as well. Running all the bells and whistles, you are actually looking at a pretty solid tank. And I would say if you don't have the free XP saved up, this one will be a breeze to go through as well. The tier 8s where you actually start having an auto-loading gun. As you can see, the equipment changed up just a bit. You do have the super consumables, so just watch out for that. The tanks from tier 8 and above are pretty slow, so you might just want to run this. The gun handling is really nice on all of these tanks, so this really isn't too necessary, but it can be effective in the long run. You've got a 310 alpha gun, 217 penetration on the AP, 242 on the APCR, and 53 on the AG. So you're really looking at a pretty solid tank. It does have a 21-second overall shell reload time. Clip reload time is just about 21 seconds. Nothing you can do about that. Now the ammo 2 at tier 9 is where it starts to get interesting. You actually do have the 400 alpha guns. Your view range is 288, running all the nice stuff, of course. Let's just click everything we'd want to run. I mean, if you want to run the enhanced HP, that's up to you. But your DPM's only 2,206, which is not that bad, but it's pretty average for the tier. The penetration is 252 on the AP, only 300 on the heat, so pretty low actually, which is quite disappointing, and 60 on the HE, which is pretty nice, I'm gonna say that. Caliber 120. Now you nearly have a 30-second overall clip reload time, so most of the time in battle you'll probably just find yourself reloading before any actual combat happens, as that's only 19 seconds, just around where the T57 and all the other guys are. The tier 9 AMX has a 22-second overall reload, while you're pushing somewhere around 29.5. The ammo, now the tier 10 one, it actually does get nice. See, 2,500 HP, you probably could run the enhanced just to bring it up to 2,650. Now running all the nice stuff, you have 2,206 DPM, not too different from the tier 9, although you do lose 1 second in the middle, which is really going to come in handy because having a near 30-second reload just isn't nice. Magazine size is still 3, base aim time is pretty nice, dispersion is great as well, so your accuracy is really decent. Again, you shouldn't really need this reticle calibration. The tank is still pretty slow, so running the improved engine power will really come in handy. Speed is 30, your reverse speed is 18, that's still really high. aiming, of course 180. You have a fully traversable turret. That's all I have for you guys today. Make sure to like, subscribe, grind up this tank line, and I'll see you next time.